Join me as I dive into the world of cyber threats and see if I can uncover the truth behind Lowe's phishing scams, DDoS attacks in France, and those risky products on Temu. Today, we're going to tackle 3 pressing cybersecurity concerns that have been making headlines lately. We'll be exploring the phishing incident at Lowe's, the massive DDoS attack in France, and the potential risks associated with shopping on Temu. Lowe's, the popular home improvement retailer, recently found itself at the center of a phishing attack that put its customers' sensitive information at risk. This attack was particularly sophisticated, using clever tactics to trick users into revealing their login credentials. The phishing emails were designed to look like they came from Lowe's, complete with convincing logos and branding. But what made this attack so successful? It's believed that the attackers used a combination of social engineering and cleverly crafted emails to get users to hand over their login details. As a result, many customers were left feeling vulnerable, and Lowe's was forced to take swift action to contain the breach. So, how did this happen, and what can we learn from it? One key takeaway is the importance of being vigilant when it comes to suspicious emails. Even if an email looks legitimate, it's always a good idea to hover over any links to see the actual URL and to avoid clicking on anything that looks suspicious. Lowe's has since taken steps to increase security and protect its customers, but the incident serves as a reminder to stay on high alert when it comes to phishing scams. The fact that even large companies like Lowe's can fall victim to these attacks shows just how sophisticated cybercriminals have become. And the consequences can be devastating, not just for the company, but for its customers as well. By being more aware of these types of attacks, we can better protect ourselves and stay one step ahead of the cybercriminals. The attack also raises questions about the company's cybersecurity measures and how they can be improved. Were there any weaknesses in Lowe's system that made it vulnerable to attack? And what steps can be taken to prevent similar breaches in the future? These are all important questions that need to be answered in order to rebuild trust with customers and ensure that their sensitive information is properly protected. Lowe's has assured customers that it's taking steps to improve its security, but it's clear that more needs to be done to prevent similar attacks from happening in the future. One of the most concerning aspects of the attack is the potential impact it could have on customers. With their login credentials compromised, many users are at risk of having their personal information stolen or their accounts taken over. This can lead to all sorts of problems, from identity theft to financial loss. And it's not just the customers who are affected, the attack also has serious implications for Lowe's itself. The company's reputation has taken a hit, and it will likely need to invest heavily in improving its security measures in order to regain customer trust. The attack is a stark reminder of the importance of cybersecurity in today's digital age. With more and more of our personal information being stored online, it's crucial that companies take the necessary steps to protect it. This includes investing in robust security measures, educating customers about the risks, and being transparent about any breaches that occur. Only by working together can we stay ahead of the cybercriminals and keep our sensitive information safe. France was recently hit with a massive DDoS attack that brought many businesses and internet services to a grinding halt. The scale of the attack was unprecedented, with millions of users affected and thousands of websites taken offline. But what exactly is a DDoS attack, and how does it work? Essentially, a DDoS attack involves flooding a website or network with traffic in order to overwhelm it and make it unavailable to users. This can be done using compromised computers or devices, which are used to send massive amounts of traffic to the targeted site. In the case of the French attack, it's believed that the perpetrators used a combination of botnets and exploited vulnerabilities to achieve their goal. The attack was so severe that many businesses were forced to shut down, and internet users were left struggling to access basic online services. The attack had far-reaching consequences, from disrupting businesses to compromising personal data. With many websites taken offline, users were left struggling to access essential services like online banking and healthcare. This not only caused frustration but also put people's livelihoods at risk. And it's not just individuals who were affected, the attack also had serious implications for the economy as a whole. With businesses unable to operate, the attack had a significant impact on France's GDP. The fact that the attack was able to bring so many websites and services offline shows just how vulnerable our online infrastructure is. One of the most concerning aspects of the attack is the lack of security measures in place to prevent it. How could such a large-scale attack occur, and why weren't there more safeguards in place to prevent it? These are all important questions that need to be asked in order to prevent similar attacks from happening in the future. The attack is a stark reminder of the importance of investing in cybersecurity and taking the necessary steps to protect our online infrastructure. The attack also raises questions about the role of governments in preventing cyber attacks. Should governments be doing more to prevent these types of attacks, and what can be done to improve international cooperation on cybersecurity? These are all important questions that need to be answered in order to stay ahead of the cybercriminals and protect our online world. The good news is that law enforcement has been quick to respond to the attack, with investigations underway to identify and bring the perpetrators to justice. But it's clear that more needs to be done to prevent similar attacks from happening in the future. This includes investing in better security measures, improving international cooperation, and increasing awareness about the risks of cyber attacks. Temu, a popular online shopping platform, has recently come under fire for its lax approach to user privacy and data security. With millions of users, Temu has access to a vast amount of sensitive information, but what's being done to protect it? According to reports, Temu has been collecting user data without their consent and sharing it with third-party companies. This has serious implications for user privacy and raises concerns about the company's commitment to protecting its customers. But it gets worse. Temu has also been accused of failing to implement adequate security measures, leaving users' sensitive information vulnerable to cyber attacks. The risks associated with shopping on Temu are real, and they're not just limited to data privacy. With the company's lax approach to security, users are also at risk of having their accounts taken over or their personal information stolen. This can lead to all sorts of problems, from identity theft to financial loss. And it's not just individuals who are at risk. The company's failure to protect user data also has serious implications for businesses and the economy as a whole. One of the most concerning aspects of Temu's approach to privacy and security is the lack of transparency. How can users trust a company that's not forthcoming about how it handles their sensitive information? And what's being done to address these concerns and improve security measures? These are all important questions that need to be answered in order to rebuild trust with customers. The good news is that users are starting to take action, calling on Temu to improve its security measures and protect their sensitive information. This includes demanding greater transparency about how user data is collected and shared, and pushing for better security protocols to prevent cyber attacks. In conclusion, today we've explored 3 pressing cybersecurity concerns that have been making headlines lately. From Lowe's phishing incident to the massive DDoS attack in France and the risks associated with Temu, it's clear that cybersecurity is more important than ever. The fact that these attacks can happen to anyone, from major corporations to individual users, shows just how vulnerable we all are in today's digital age. The key takeaway is that cybersecurity is everyone's responsibility. It's not just up to companies like Lowe's and Temu to protect our sensitive information, it's up to us as individuals to be vigilant and take the necessary steps to protect ourselves. This includes being aware of phishing scams, using strong passwords, and being cautious when sharing personal information online. By staying informed and taking the necessary precautions, we can stay ahead of the cybercriminals and keep our sensitive information safe. Remember, cybersecurity is a collective responsibility, and only by working together can we create a safer online world. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to comment below with your thoughts on these incidents and how they've affected you. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe for more insights on cybersecurity trends and tips on how to stay safe online.